Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama Don here. I think I did say in the last couple of videos I was undecided as to what subject to go for, whether to carry on with my World War II subject dioramas or to go to the sci-fi route. Well, we've got the both here. We've combined the two. Not such a crazy idea. Because 1945 we'd already had the V1 and V2 rockets, and there was talk of super weapons, and people's imaginations went wild, went riot, thinking what the Germans were up to, what kind of secret weapons they were making. As it turned out, there wasn't any apart from V1 and V2, but this kind of represents what people might have thought would happen. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so we'll carry on with the video then. I'll show you how to make a flying saucer. Never thought I'd be saying that. And let's get on with the video, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so a sentence I thought I'd never say in my lifetime. How do you make a flying saucer? Something that hadn't really occurred to me before, but now given the proposition, I'll go ahead and try to make one. So material to use, grade A polystyrene would do it, because you can sculpt it very easily with a knife or sandpaper. So I could have used that, or styrofoam. And I thought for this instance, styrofoam would be the better material. So I'm going to use some 25mm thick styrofoam. And if I decide what size of flying saucer I want, what diameter I want it, cut it to that diameter. And then with a sharp knife, I can cut around in a circular fashion the kind of shape that you would expect of a flying saucer. So that's what I've attempted to do here. So we've got the 25mm thick, and I know this is a bit of a mess on the bottom, but it's a piece that I've used for another subject earlier. I can't get it off. So it's got a slight bevel on the bottom side, and on the top I just went around, well, with the knife extended, sort of cutting around until it was the basic shape, given that there's a flat piece on the top, and going down to almost a point but not quite, and then sanding it with sandpaper, and actually it didn't take very long at all. It was quite an easy process. So there's my flying saucer. Then with a bit of 2mm thick card, any of my models would not be complete without a bit of 2mm card. That will sit flat on the top there. And then I wanted to put something on top like that. And I thought that the top of a deodorant bottle would be ideal, but then I thought, well, this is a better idea. Cut off the thread of a washing up bottle and cut that bit off. So we've got that, and that sitting on there is the ideal shape, I think. And then just another piece of 2mm card on the top there. So that will basically take up the shape of the flying saucer. But I wanted to make this area look a little bit more complicated. So whatever I've got the centered point there to a point about there. I don't want it to go all the way to the end, but somewhere around there I've got that diameter on the thin card, and then the that bit will represent that diameter. And then if I cut these pieces out, just these sections here, I can put those all the way around and make it look like the how the flying saucer is, how it's made, how it's manufactured. There'll be these pieces made up all the way around, and then porthole. You aliens have got to see out, so there'll be portholes in alternate ones. So I'll cut these out like that, and cut these circles out, stick them on there, and then paint it whatever colour I think necessary, and that will be my flying saucer. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just one moment. So I finished my flying saucer off. I put those panels of thin card all the way around with the holes cut out. I think it just makes it look a little bit better. And I've chopped away at this section here, so that on this cobbled street diorama base that I made a few weeks ago, I can stick that on there, and it looks as though it's landed and buried right into the road. So I can stick that there. And then a building at the back there, if you can see, like so. So there will be a lot of disturbed rubble around this area. So I've made my usual rubble, red and grey tile grout, mixed together and spread it over a ceramic tile, wait for it to dry, and you've got rubble. So I'll finish it off now, put all the stuff all around that area, and I'll be back in one moment and we'll see what the finished thing looks like. Okay, all finished now. Got the rubble where the flying saucer would have crash landed into the cobbled street. Something that I'm sure happened on a daily basis. So anyway, it was just an idea. We wanted sci-fi and we wanted World War II. Well, we've got the both here now. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel. There will be many more subjects of many more dioramas to come. So please subscribe and click the notification bell, and you will be notified. So I'll leave it with you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, I wish you, as always, happy modelling.